Welcome, guys. Happy Friday. I'm going to make this a quick one because, of course, it is a long weekend. So thank you so much for joining. I will just quickly share that to my Facebook group. I'm going to be talking about your engagement rates, how to calculate them, and also why it actually makes no difference about your follower count if you do not have it. Well, just in general about your follower count versus your engagement rate and which one you should be focusing on. I'm going to share my screen in a moment. And my gosh, I'm having so many technical problems this evening. It's driving me insane. And I'll share my screen in a moment if it decides to work and show you how you actually calculate it. And I'm going to give you an example. This is unresponsive, so maybe I won't share that. All right. How you calculate it and how you actually can leverage your engagement rate. I'm going to give you an example, and I hate to do this to show someone's account, and I'll try not to show the name of the account, but I'll show you why your follower count doesn't matter, because when you see this, it'll make sense to you. So if you are watching on TikTok, I'm sorry. Hey, Paul, how are you? Unfortunately, on TikTok, you're not going to be able to see me sharing my screen. So I do apologize for that. But on my other channels, you will see me share my screen. If you are watching on TikTok, you can go into my bio and actually flick over to LinkedIn, my Facebook page, profile, or my group there. So, okay, just before we get started, I'm just going to share that to my group. And of course, if you are on Facebook, you can join my free marketing group. I give away a lot of free resources in there that you can download that can help with your own marketing, DIY, and that sort of thing too. So in a moment, I'll share my screen. I'm going to give you some examples. I'm going to show you how to calculate your engagement rate and why it actually does not matter about your follower count. So I've been banging on about this for a long time now. Thank you so much for the lovely Paul. Yeah, I've been talking about this for a while now. So if you have been following me for a while, then you will know that it's something that I talk about and something that you should be focusing on, and why it really does not matter about your follower accounts. So a lot of people get stuck on this, and I understand why, for social proof and that sort of thing, that people do worry about their follower count. I think I may have frozen there on Facebook and LinkedIn. I do apologize. I don't know what's going on with the tech tonight. But please do not worry about your follower count. Great if you've got a big follow. Hey, Simon, welcome. Yes, it is such an important topic. It's so good to have you on, Simon. I appreciate you being here. Absolutely a great topic. So many people get hooked on it. I'm going to share my screen and show you why it just doesn't matter anymore. Yes, for social proof, it is wonderful to have this. Of course, I understand for branding, but if you've got no engagement with those followers, then you absolutely have a dead account. So it's the engagement that is going to grow your account. So I'm going to give you an example on Instagram, but you can apply this to LinkedIn, Facebook, or TikTok or anything. Now, the account that I'm going to show you, it's a beautiful account, so there's absolutely no hate there. I just had to pick an account out. I will share my screen and show you, so please don't go and hassle them or anything like that. They look like an absolutely beautiful cafe. And the only reason why I've picked out this account on Instagram is that I was working with a client, maybe a year ago or something, and they were worried about their follower count, and they said to me, "But look at our competitors. They've got, at the time it was 8,000 and something followers, and their account when I took it over only had maybe 200, and I think we got it to 500 or something." And I said, yeah, but let's have a look at their engagement rate. There's no point having all these followers if they're not engaging, and I'll show you. And this big account that's got, sorry, the internet's breaking up a little bit tonight. there's no point having all these followers if they're not watching your account. What's the point? So this is how I came across the account. So I'm going to share my screen. Again, nothing wrong with this business that I'm going to share. It's just that I had to choose something to share. So now the software that I'm using, you don't need to use software, but where are we? You don't need to use software. You can calculate this yourself, but there is software out there, but you don't need to go and pay for it. But this is called Not Just Analytics. And you can use this software to, this is specifically, well, it does other things than Instagram, but it's a great one for Instagram. Now, I will show you a document with some notes on there that'll show you how to calculate this, say on LinkedIn, for example, but you can use the same formula for your other platforms as well. Um, what you need to be, it's pretty much the same formula, but different niches will have different um engagement rate. So if it is a smaller niche, just need to find the engagement rate there. Why is that not showing? Different niches will have a different engagement rate. So, for example, I was analyzing one of my clients the other day, and Sorry, guys, there. Yes, 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 Katrina. So true. Yes, absolutely. Followers could actually be closed business. That is so true. So thank you, Katrina. So your followers could be closed business. They could be your family and friends who aren't engaging in your content. They're just following you to be nice. So for those watching on TikTok who can't see the comments there, Katrina, who is a social media marketing whiz, who I love your content, Katrina, is saying your followers could actually be closed business. So that is so true. So therefore, they're not engaging with you. And I don't know what it's actually called, Katrina. You might know this. So I know on Facebook they call it an edge rating. And on different platforms, it's actually called different things. It's where your follower count to your engagement rate, there's a rating. So if you've got 15,000 followers and only 200 are engaging, there's a rating there. So it says to a platform that your content isn't that interesting. So we're not going to push your content out. So let's now say that 15,000 followers you've got with those same 200 people engaging is now 500 followers with the same 200 people engaging. That edge rating, the gap is a lot smaller now. So what it actually says to that platform is that, yes, this person's content is a lot more interesting. We're going to push out a lot more of this person's content. I'm sorry, the internet is breaking up tonight, so I do apologize for that. That this person's content is a lot more interesting. We're going to push this out to a lot more people. I'll just take that off because my eyes are hurting there. We're going to push that out to a lot more people. And when you start to get that interaction back, that is when the algorithm says, okay, we're getting some traction here. We've pushed it out to 100 people. We're now going to push it out to 500, to 1,000 people, etc. And that is what starts to happen. The last thing that I want to leave you with is, don't worry if you've got 500 people and 200 people. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Thank you so much for joining there. Watching your content, it doesn't matter. It is that compound, okay? So now let's say you're in a room, and let's take this account that I showed you before that had the 9,000 followers with less than 1% engaging. So let's say now you're in a room with those 9,100 followers that were on this Instagram account. So let's say you're in a room and you've now, yes, Debbie, you can go back and watch. Fabulous. And I'll also upload this to my YouTube channel as well. And I'll put it into the playlist so you can watch the replay as well. Awesome. Thank you, Debbie. So let's say you're now in a room of 9,100 people and you've got less than 1% of people listening to you. That's how you have to look at this. So that's, if you think of it that way, and let's say you're a small account and you've got 500 followers, but you've got 3% engaging with you. Wouldn't you rather be in the room with the 500 followers with 3% that are listening to you than 9,100 in a room with less than 1% listening to you? That's how you have to look at it. You have to stop thinking of that number and that high follower account, because it is actually damaging your account. As I said, that edge rating, I see this all the time. I worked with an account, it was a couple of years ago, and as soon as I got into it, I was like, something's wrong with this Facebook account. There was 14,000 followers, no engagement. And I said, did you buy followers? Because you can do that obviously on Facebook and Instagram. And TikTok too, you can do that as well. And the person said, yeah, I bought followers because it looks great for social proof. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it looks great for social proof, but who's seeing your account to think, wow, this is amazing? No one's actually seeing your account now, because now you've damaged your rating because no one's engaging, because they're all dead followers. They're fake. They're ghost followers. They're bots. They're not real people. Or as Katrina said, there could be closed businesses. Just the same as when everyone says, oh, can you, my friends and family, can you please support my page and follow me? No, don't do that. Do not do that. These people are not your target audience. So therefore, they are not going to support your content. Even if they're your family and friends, they are not going to support your content. So they're not going to remember to, because they're not going to pop up in your friends and family's feed, because they're not engaging with that kind of content. So the algorithm is not naturally going to bring them your content. So they're not going to engage, and it's going to damage your account. I started a new account for a company. I've been working with them for over a year now. They very large company, but they were never on social media. So started the account for them, and they said, great, we'll let everyone know in the company to get their families and friends to follow. And I said, no, you absolutely will not do that. Thank you for the follow there, Calvin. Appreciate that. No, you absolutely will not do that. You will not do that. That is not what we want, because these people are not in the niche, and we do not want to farm out followers. So hopefully that has helped. If you want to go back to the start and watch the replay, it's going to be up on most channels except for TikTok. But if you are watching on TikTok, I'm not going to jump off. I'm going to come back to TikTok. So once I hang up this live stream, hang on there, TikTok, I'm going to stay on. But for my other channels, you can go back and watch the live. It will remain on LinkedIn, Facebook profile, business page, and my group. And I will upload this to my YouTube channel. There will be a link somewhere where you're watching, except for LinkedIn. That is the exception, where you can click on that and you can join my Simon there. I need to put my glasses on to read that, Simon, where you can subscribe to my newsletter as well. Simon is saying genuine connections are more important than the sheer number of them. Building loyalty with your group, which is community, love that word, Simon, can lead to more meaningful engagement. Engaging, commenting, sharing, and liking helps the algorithm take notice. Simon, I love you. You are amazing. And you're amazing at what you do as well, Simon, because I learned so much from you as well. So yes, Simon, fabulous. Absolutely love that. You are spot on. So just reiterating what Simon said there again, genuine connections and building community. And that is what you are rewarded with. Remember, hey, King Khan, how are you? Remember, Debbie is watching in the bath. I love that, Debbie. You rock, Debbie. Thank you so much. Simon is spot on. Social media is called social media because it's social. And you will be rewarded, as Simon said, by building those genuine connections and building that engagement. And there's a few new features on a couple of different platforms that are going to be coming out, particularly I think on Instagram, where they're really going to be rewarding this. The more you can do, Simon, you're epic, because that is absolutely spot on. So I'm so glad you brought up that point there. So thank you. Love it, love it, love it. And love that you're in the bath there, Debbie. That is epic. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye to Facebook page, my profile page and group and LinkedIn. And TikTok, I'm going to stay on there and answer some questions for you. If you are watching the replay on here, make sure you do ask for, still drop your questions. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. And thank you so much for joining. Sunday night on LinkedIn, I will be putting an article out on this topic. I'll put that calculation in there for you as well. I hate calculations. Look, I'm a pretty switched on person, but maths, absolutely not switched on. I'm over here doing the 9 times table trick on my fingers. It's the 5s and the 10s are the only times table I know. So I am not clever when it comes to calculations. I use software to help me work it out. But hey, as long as we get the engagement moving on social media, that's all I really care about. So goodbye, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. I will see you guys later. And thank you so much for joining. Goodbye, Debbie in the bath, and goodbye, Simon, and to anyone else who's joining who I can't see you there because you're on StreamYard on my software, but I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you back Sunday for my my newsletter. All right, guys. Love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye. Okay, I'll just end that.